If you're a student and your backpack weighs a ton or you're always forgetting something, this video is for you. Here's everything I keep in my bag as a sophomore commuter in college to stay organized and ready for class. Alright, so first of all, you're going to want to make sure you have a nice and sturdy backpack to keep all your things in. I have this nice JanSport one. It's got a leather bottom to keep from weathering. It's very nice. I've been using this all of college. Just some key tips that you want in this. Obviously, you definitely want a water bottle holder. This is very important when you're walking around campus all day. And personally, I think the more pockets, the better. So mine has two main ones with the laptop compartment and then two of the smaller ones here. But definitely want to maximize your space without creating too much weight in the backpack. So here's everything that I keep in here. Starting off with the main zipper pocket here, we have my laptop holder. And this is just a nice, comfortable case that I got for it to keep it from potentially breaking in the backpack. It's already got the laptop sleeve in here, but I like to keep this as extra protection. And of course, we got the MacBook in here. This is what I use every single day in college. I keep all my notes on here. Everything that I do in class goes to this. So this is the most important piece to my backpack. So that's the first zipper pocket here. Going to the next one. Keeping it simple. As of right now, I just have two just standard line notebooks in here. Depending on how many classes you have and how many you need an actual notebook for rather than an online document, you can change up how many you have in here. But for this semester, I'm keeping two. I have one for my stats class and one for my math class. Nothing too crazy. Next up, I just have a little mini folder here, and I just keep regular lined paper and regular printer paper in here, just a couple sheets, nothing crazy. If I ever need loose paper, I got it right here. Occasionally, I'll also keep any documents or any papers that my professors give to me. Usually that doesn't happen often, but if I do, I keep them in there. Next, I keep just a little journal in here. Anything I need to write down that I think I need, anything important, or if I want to draw, anything like that, I keep it in my journal here. Very useful. Definitely get yourself one of these. Really cheap, and it just makes you feel a lot more organized when you're writing in one of these. Last thing in this main pocket here, I just have a pencil case here. So I just keep a bunch of random stuff in here. I got like some tiny little highlighters, right? A couple pens, Sharpie pens. These are like one of my favorite tools to use for writing. Really nice. Just some standard number 2 pencils, and then a couple of different colors of pens. Then I also keep a pencil sharpener that I rarely use. I barely use number 2 pencils. But yeah, something simple. To be honest, I don't use a lot of these. I use mechanical pencils 90% of the time, but just in case I need something extra, I have them in here. The highlighters are also very useful too. Whenever I'm writing any notes, I can color code anything I want. So yeah, that is the first main pouch done. Going into the second, this is where I keep all my random stuff. So just anything else that I have, I basically just toss it in here. This is some of my essentials though. If I'm ever grabbing anything from my book bag, 90% of the time it's from this pouch here. So first, I have a pair of gym shorts. Anytime I go to the gym, if I'm not wearing shorts underneath, of course, I can just put those on, boom. Just something light, simple, it doesn't weigh anything, doesn't take up too much space. Very nice. Similar to that, I keep an extra pair of socks just in case. Who knows, maybe if it's raining outside or something like that, if for some reason I need to change, always have them. Very nice and useful. Similar kind of topic, I always keep an extra stick of deodorant in here. Obviously I keep them in my room, but I always keep this extra one always in my backpack. Anytime I go to the gym or just throughout the day, if I need extra, it's just always really useful to have this. Similarly, I have just some lotion here. My hands have been getting very dry over this winter. This is a really nice scent, Bath & Body Works. I get so many compliments for this scent as well. Something very nice to keep in your book bag. Next up, I just have some of this base texture powder. Sometimes throughout the day, if it's too windy or something, my hair will kind of get messed up. It'll start going flat, you know how it is. So I just keep this extra in there. Throughout the day, if I need to, I can just spray a couple of this in here and then boom, my hair's back to looking good. This is one of my favorite things I keep in here because when you're staying long campus, you know, your hair might go back down to normal. So very useful right here. All right, next up, I have this little, it's kind of tattered, this glasses case, and I just keep some extra blue light glasses in here. Very useful anytime I'm studying on my laptop for long periods of time. I like to wear these. They look really nice and they function well. Definitely recommend getting you a pair of these. These were just like $5 or $10 on Amazon, something like that. So nothing crazy. Also keep an extra cleaner here. Similar note, I also keep some sunglasses in here. This is usually just for my drive to school. Nice little Ray-Bans here. These are very nice. I don't wear them a lot while I'm walking through campus, but for sure on the drive there. Again, I have another cleaner in here if I need it. All right, next up, I have this nice little case. This might actually be what I use the most, I'm not gonna lie. In here, this is just my power bank. This is so useful. If my phone dies, or my phone is starting to get low battery throughout however many hours I stay on campus each day, this is perfect. If I don't want to use the charge from my laptop as well, this is great to charge my phone back up. And then I keep just your standard Type-C charger as well as lightning charger, because all my friends are always looking for chargers. I don't know who has which phone, so I just keep both of them. Everybody always comes to me if they need a charger. Boom, I got them right there. Really nice and simple. Great thing to have. And I just keep this charged every night. I put it on the charger every night, keep it charged, boom, free 100% battery right there with me at all times. And then it has another little pocket here, and then in here I keep the actual charger for this, so just in case this for some reason somehow runs out of battery throughout the day, I can charge it again back with this USB cable here. And then lastly, I also have just some regular Apple wired headphones. One day I forgot my AirPods at home and I literally couldn't go without music, so I went to the store and bought some of these. Really nice, obviously great sound quality. And sometimes, you just feel like using wired headphones instead of AirPods. So really nice, always keep those in my backpack. And then also on the tech side of things, I keep a little Bluetooth mouse here for my MacBook. This is useful for some projects on my Mac. Sometimes if I'm using Excel or MATLAB, this is a really nice tool just to use. Makes the experience better. Again, this was probably $10 at Best Buy. And then last thing that I keep in this pocket, this one's a little weird one. This is kind of new, I just threw it in there recently. We'll see how much I actually use it. It's just one of these bands, just for stretching and for working out, because my gym at school doesn't have many of these bands that are really accessible, or as far as I know. And obviously you gotta stretch before your workouts. So I just threw this in. We'll see how much I actually use it, but hopefully it's gonna be really nice. Just stretch a little bit before workouts. All right, so that's everything for this pocket here. We have two other smaller pockets. So I had this little top zipper pocket up here. This is very small, you can't fit much, but I keep a little mini thing of Vaseline in here. This is amazing. My lips always get dry throughout the day. Really nice, just another good thing to have in here. And then I keep this big pouch of gum in here. Normally I keep some just like this in my pocket, but this is also good to have in my backpack. Maybe if I run out or I'm just looking for a different flavor or whatever. Always have that there. If anybody needs gum as well, I got it. So moving down to the last one here, just the small one. I have 3 of the exact same mechanical pencil. I actually bought a big pouch last year of this is 26 pencils. So big fan of mechanical pencils. I keep a couple of these in here as well as the pouch that I have from earlier. This, I don't think I've ever used this, but this is a little eraser, because of course I have erasers on all the top of my pencils. So I don't really need this. This is more for art class that I had a couple years ago, but I haven't gotten to use this just yet, but I just keep it in here just in case. Usually this pouch is also where I keep my keys at the day. It has this nice little keychain holder, so I just hook them onto here, keep them inside. I also have this nice pink calculator here. Just simple, what is this, TI-30. I haven't really had too much of a use for a calculator yet, because calculus, you can't use calculators. The only class that I've used this in is stats, which it was a big help, but I haven't really needed a graphing calculator just yet, so I'm just keeping this simple one in here for now. And then very last thing I keep I have just this simple little lock here. This is great because every time I go to the gym, I gotta throw my book bag in there, my coat, whatever else. So I can throw that into one of the lockers they have, put this lock on it, and then boom, I'm all set. I don't have to rent a lock or buy a lock, anything like that. Keep this same one in there all the time. Very, very, very useful. And then on top of that, some extra things I keep in here. I always throw some little snacks in there, post or pre-gym. Got a Rice Krispie treat for the carbs before, and then this little fiber protein brownie thing for afterwards. I keep these in here because, you know, I'm staying a long time on campus, and if I just need something small instead of getting a whole meal, these are really nice to have just to snack on throughout my studying or before workouts. Very nice. And then just the extra things, I keep these in my pockets every day, not my book bag. But I do want to include this wallet, of course, keep all the cards, cash, anything in here. Again, one of the extra packs of gum, and just a pair of AirPods if I don't want to use my wired headphones. But yeah, that is everything that I keep in my book bag. All this stuff is super essential. You know, I've been in college for 1.5 years now, so I've been testing things out if I really use whatever. And all this stuff is very useful to me. You know, it still keeps my book bag pretty light. The only thing that's really taking up most of the weight is the MacBook. But yeah, all this helps me stay very organized. The only other thing I might recommend is an umbrella, depending on where you live. I don't use one that often, but so many people have umbrellas on campus. It seems like almost every single person has an umbrella. Occasionally, I also have a little travel-sized cologne, so potentially, depending on what I'm doing throughout the day, I'll bring one of that. But yeah, that is everything that I keep in this book bag for college, as well as the water bottle. Obviously, I put in the pocket here. Need this every single day, drink a lot of water. But yeah, let me know what you guys have in your book bag. Let me know anything else that you have that I don't have. But I hope this helps you stay organized and have a clean backpack after this. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.